These are the most common mixing mistakes you are probably making. Let's fix them. Hello my friends, my name is Amner Hunter from amnerhunter.com, Amner Hunter Studios and Guitar Matter. Thank you very much for being here and welcome. This time around, I want to share with you the 7 most common mixing mistakes that most engineers do, especially when they're starting up. I'm guilty of them, alright? I'm probably more guilty than you of making them, but it's alright, it's part of the learning curve that we all have to deal with. Without further ado, let's check them out. Most common mixing mistake number 1 is not seeing the song as a whole. What I mean by this is that sometimes we lose a perspective. We sometimes get caught up on the technical side of mixing and making a song. It's so easy for us to just go to YouTube and search for how to record a vocal, how to get a proper guitar sound for our song. We sometimes lose perspective of what mixing and creating music is about. It's an art, right? It's cool and all to talk about and discuss techniques and all that, but let's not lose focus on our main goal, which is to create music, create a good music that we enjoy and that we are happy to share with the world, all right? Most common mixing mistake number 2 is to don't listen to the song in different environments. A lot of times we are just listening to the music and to the mix in front of our speakers, in front of our monitors, all right? And we sometimes get caught up on this as well. It's very important, let's remember, to check our mixes in different environments, different devices, different speakers, all right? Just make a print of your mix, go to the car, listen to the song on crappy speakers, computer speakers, all right? Laptop speakers as well. Sometimes you might mix the song on your room and you think it sounds great. You put the bass on its place and you add this and that. Then when you go to listen to that mix on a car or something, the bass explodes. There's too much bass, all right? Since we don't have sometimes in our home studios our rooms treated properly with acoustic treatment, so it's important to listen to the song and the mixes in different environments, all right? And also you can send a mix to someone else, all right? A friend that might give you another perspective, right? So let's not fall into the trap of listening to the song only in our room. Most common mixing mistake number 3 is the little use or no use of automation. Automation is the secret of the pros, okay? We sometimes leave our mixes static with just equalization and compression and effects, and it's all good, all right? But it's very important for you to use automation throughout the song. You will give the song a little more movement, all right? More energy. We can focus on the chorus and pump up the volume on that part of the song, all right? So it's very important for us to be very detailed throughout the song with automation, all right? Let's put some energy and motion. Move the faders with automation. When you don't hear something, you can automate that part only, all right? If you want something to stick out, use automation on that part. I think it's a very overlooked subject. Most common mixing mistake number 4 is mixing at too hot volumes. It's very important for us to be aware to not clip our mix bus. It's where all of the tracks are going, all right, to that final bus. We have to be very careful with this, all right, not sending a lot of hot signal. Also making sure that when you are using a plugin, all right, to match the level of the input and the output, all right? So we always have a consistent level. I recommend you that the peaks on the mix bus only get till -6, -5. I think that's a very good point where the peaks of the mix should be getting. It's very important for us to have conservative levels on the mix bus and also on the individual channels, all right? This is a very important tip because when the song hits the final stage, which is mastering, the mastering engineer will have room to work with. Okay, and most common mixing mistake number 5 is use too much boosting over cutting when we use equalization. The way to go with this is that if you don't like something from a certain track, you start first cutting, right? You start first correcting the sound. And once you have the sound that you like, you can boost here and there a couple of decibels, all right? Of course, it's not a rule of thumb, but I recommend you for beginners to don't use a lot of boosting, all right? Because if you don't know exactly what you're doing, you are going to mess up that track, all right? And the sound. So that's why I recommend you to polish your sounds by first cutting frequencies, all right? And getting rid of all the annoying frequencies first, all right? Most common mixing mistake number 6 is listen a lot in solo mode. I see a lot of people that focus a lot of listening to the tracks of your mix in solo mode. Try to always remember that we don't listen to the songs in solo, all right? We don't listen to certain instruments in solo. We listen to the whole song, all right? So let's not lose perspective on that. Yes, it's good to hear in solo here and there to correct something or just to have a detail of something. But let's remember that it's very important to mix the song in context of the whole mix, all right? Please don't spend hours on a single track, all right? Don't spend a lot of time on that. If you have to spend a lot of time on a single track on your mix, I think it's very important to take a step back, fix that on recording phase. For the final and last most common mixing mistake, which is number 7, is to don't take breaks. I recommend you to don't mix for long periods of time, especially at high volumes. Your ears are going to be very tired. You are not going to make good decisions. A couple of breaks here and there will be very beneficial for your ears and also beneficial for the decisions that you will make to make this song better. You can mix the song for an hour and take a 15-minute break and then come back. It's very important to take care of our ears. They are our more special tools available. Okay, so these are the most common mixing mistakes I see a lot, especially on beginners. Make sure that you correct these mistakes. I promise you that your mixes will improve. For the final touch of this video, I want to give you completely for free a special ebook called Number 1 Law of Home Recording. It's a book that talks about productivity on your home studio and how you can improve faster without spending a lot of money. I'm leaving the download links down below on the description and on the first comment. So make sure and go ahead and download your free ebook, all right? Thank you very much for watching and listening, and see you on the next one, my friends, all right?